Dude, what's going on? Preacher. I don't know if y'all can see that. But there you go. So, after some people, other truckers came to my aid and helped me out and gave me some other people to help me or get my truck back on the road quicker. Unfortunately, everybody's saying about the same amount of time because I don't want to get another used bell housing. So the new bell housing cost $1,200 for the new bell housing, and I need another clutch brake, pilot bearing, rear main seal, and another U joint, which I know I needed all that because when the transmission twisted, it twisted and broke all that stuff. So the total cost to get that done from my mechanic was $5,100. Trucker Abdul, he gave me some people to contact, and they said basically for the same thing it was going to be about $5,000. About $5,000. Now that wasn't including a clutch pedal or anything like that. That's for them to come out and for them to do it. But then they said that it's gonna take them about a week and a half to get the parts. Nobody have those parts available. And my mechanic said the same thing. Nobody has those parts available. They got to be ordered, and he's ordering them from from Peterbilt. So he's getting the bell housing and stuff from Peterbilt and stuff. So it was about the same price and about the same time for everybody. So I decided just to go ahead and go with my mechanic because I was going to be paying basically the same thing, spending the same amount of time. And I didn't want to tow my truck nowhere else because it's at my mechanic shop, and he ain't gonna let nobody else come up inside, his shop, work on the truck, blase, all that other kind of good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my mechanic do it for $5,100. So that's where we at with that. So yeah, that's what it costs to get me back on the road, man. And I'm just like, wow, it's gonna take a week and a half to order the parts, for the parts to get in and get all the parts in and stuff. And then when it does get in, he said he can go ahead and jump on it at that time when it gets in. So we're looking at about 2 weeks, two and a half weeks, depending on the weather. If we get another hurricane or anything like that. Hopefully we don't get another hurricane down here in Florida and stuff. The other guys, they was cool, man. I wouldn't mind using them. I really wouldn't mind using them. All right, man. It's a bunch of cool guys and stuff. I had to have my neighbor talk to them. It was some Spanish people. My neighbor, she helped me out with all that particular stuff. They do understand you and everything like that, but I had to get down to some particulars, and this would mean telling them everything that I need and stuff like that, and because they was about $5,300 for that, because you got to drop the transmission, you got to do the rear main seal, okay, you got to put the drive shaft back on, you got to put the new U joints on, you got to put new airlines on, you got to put a new slave valve on the transmission because it broke that off. It's a lot of work. So they was talking about, just for what I told them, it was going to be about $5,000. He said, now once they get in there and see it, it may fluctuate a little bit more, a couple $100 depending on what they need and everything like that. So I was like, well, okay, well, that's the same thing my mechanics charging it in about the same time period, because they can't work on it until they get the parts, and they saying that the parts was going to be about a week and a half for the parts. So it's easy just to go ahead and just let it be where it and have my mechanics do it. But yeah, I knew I was gonna need a new clutch, even though that clutch is new that I got. Man, when that bell housing broke and everything flipped, man, the clutch it was messed all up, man. It was messed all up. Told you, man, it was pieces everywhere. So that's where I'm at. I am headed off to Chicago on Sunday. I'm leaving, going to Chicago to pick up me another truck for my little business expansion. So I'm going to look at 4 trucks on Monday in Chicago, and we're gonna go from there. So that's what's going on with Preacher and my breakdown. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.